I cherish silence.
That's not
I cherish silence. 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 At Young Arts Week, I did not sleep enough.
My most enlightening experience so far has been sitting in front of the panelists who, half of them I've already read before and I've already have their books. And sitting in front of them and having them tell me that I'm good has been, I don't know how to take that.
Year after year, we think we have found the best group we've ever worked with, and year after year they surprise us by tricking us into thinking they're the best group. Actually, it's not a trick. These are fabulous kids.
It feels like where have you been my whole life? Like, where are you, my brother or my sister or my cousin? I feel like you should have been by my side from like day one and grown up together, because it was, I mean, just seeing people with so many common interests as you, outside of writing and then in writing itself, it's like you found, you know, the perfect person or the perfect 21 people who fit you.
Today we're getting ready for the photography and visual arts show.
Are you excited to show your work?
Yeah, very excited and nervous as well.
I was talking to Brandon. I met him and he was telling me about his project he's doing, and they sound really fascinating, and it makes me really want to put that much energy into what I'm doing also.
I think this year, these kids, they're not just, you know, taking pictures. They're really looking for ways to change the medium and bring something new to it. And they've brought that, and they keep doing it here. They're not just, you're not just going to see photographs. You're going to see performance documentation or these stage things and these portraits.
This is my third year RAing, and I have to say that this group of kids is probably the best I've come across. I'm really amazed with their skill this year and their attitude. They're all so excited to be here. I'm so grateful. It's really amazing to see how excited they really are. Actually, this year the panelists chose or petitioned to have 3 extra kids added to the group because they were so talented they couldn't decide. So I'm so excited for you all to experience this with us. The exhibit is probably the best I've ever seen, and welcome.
I've never had work in a museum, so like across the hall on the opposite side of this wall is actually like a Rauschenberg, so that's like super crazy. I've never thought like something like that would happen, so it's just been pretty like amazing, really.
Normally, a lot of the kids in the visual arts tend to be very, reclusive, and they keep to themselves, and they don't really want to communicate nearly as much as, the other groups, like the theater kids. But this year, the kids, they've been dancing and singing and drawing, and it's really exciting to see how, communicative they are. I really think it's like this new rebirth in art where these people are really willing to work together instead of, keep to their own.
I entered woodworking my freshman year in high school, actually thinking that it was just a class that I find out that I just get out as a credit, and it actually turned out to be a real passion of mine. I created a table, a chair, actually which I'm sitting here right now, right here, a jewelry box, and a coffee table.
He does these amazing products. He's sculpting chairs and home pieces, and he could be the next Eames, and he doesn't know it. He was telling me he wanted to go to school on a track scholarship, somewhere in the Midwest, and he didn't know what he was going to do with his life. And we were like, you have to go to design school. You can't not do this with your life. It's unbelievable. So we gave him contacts, and hopefully he'll look into them and start figuring out the next steps in his life. It's really amazing.
So this right here, this is called plywood. Basically what you do is you laminate half-inch plywoods all together to create the type of form that you use. I've used a lot of semicircles and half circles, quarter circles to create the plywood, and then you use these things called dowels right here, which you stick them in. So this is a shelf, and we had a project where we had a whole sheet of plywood, which we had to create a shelf out of it, and what I did was I wanted to create a mass instead of guys using like lines and planes in order to create a shelf. So this you can hold keys like this right here on a shelf, and it sits just like this right here. And then you can put wallets and phones on the top and everything. So that's basically this one.
That's beautiful.
My chair, I had a table. I couldn't bring that one because that one was too big. This chair, I basically made my own plywood because I thought it would be interesting if I did that. I had used a bunch of joints to laminate these in right here. These are dowels, and I had to plug those in order to get the whole walnut texture feel, because I also use walnut in addition to birch wood. And besides that, I have the coffee table. This is my coffee table right here. This one took a long time because I had to laminate each one of these plywoods and then cut out the shape and then glue them together into the forms that they are right now. And each one, in each side has a different pattern to it. This one is for CD holders. This one might be for huge magazine slots, and this one right here, this one's for just individual remotes or phones that you want to put in. And the last one is just the jewelry box. This one, we actually had a project where we took a chair and we had to deconstruct it and actually make something out of it. So for my mom's birthday, I actually made this right here, which is a jewelry box.
I've already come up with like 8 new painting ideas, and I think I'm gonna go home and start sculpting after this. Like, you know, every year you come here, it's like a 5-hour energy drink in art. You know, you can't not want to do things, and especially this year, it's been, you know, phenomenal.
Since I've been here, so many people have told me that, oh, you're good at woodworking and you're amazing. This is not just furniture or anything. Anyone can do this. It actually inspired me to actually want to do this in college. And a bunch of people have actually told me that they want me to do this in college, and they want to talk to some of their professors, and so that I can go and study industrial design.